Hello and welcome back to this video tutorial with myself, Tsui, and today what we're going to be following is how to set up a basic mesh, your very first basic mesh that is. And a very important part of this video tutorial is understanding the nodes, or the furniture root node to be exact. Now if you're following the playlist, we are going through the very introduction of basics of creating, which is starting off with understanding the skeleton and understanding the mesh and how textures are assigned and mapped to the mesh, and then we eventually will go into how to make textures and stuff like that. But first we want to just understand how the skeleton works and the mesh works and how to actually build these respective objects. Okay, so first of all, just go and click on here, which is the IMVU symbol, and go to the Creator program. Go to the Education Center. Go to Furniture, and then click here. And then you just scroll down to the bottom here, and at this point you should have your exporters and everything set up. So just click on there, you download that, you get a zip file, and you just extract the zip. Extract all. Okay, and then you can just open up this product 12908 furniture chair 01, and it will open up directly in 3D Max. It does take a while to load, and once it has loaded you should get this and just continue the trial. Okay, so you could just go ahead and just click yes, and then adopt the file's unit scale. Okay, and it's going to open up and it looks very complex, but don't be scared or daunted. Just go and click on this right over here, and that's going to bring it out and make it nice and aligned for you. And let's just go and zoom out, and that we can just use that little object over there for zooming. Okay, and now just to pan the view, you can use this hand, so you can move it up and down like that, so you can get a better view of it. Okay, so the first things we're going to look at here is this is the root node. So if you just select that, and you just take this move tool over here, and if you grab hold of this green arrow over here and you move it, you'll see everything moves with it like this. Okay, except for that man sitting in the middle, because it's not part of the skeleton, it's not part of the mesh. You don't want to attach that to the mesh, because then it's going to export as part of the mesh and it's going to look really ugly. So let's just go and Control Z. That moves it back into place again, that undoes the change we just made. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is I just want to get rid of this IMVU mesh and just delete it completely. So just highlight it and select delete, and we're just going to go move the view to the top. So let's just click on here and then click on top, and that moves it to the top. So we're going to start quickly by making a little chair underneath the man. So let's go to his knees and make a box. So we select in box over here under create, and we start underneath his knees and we pull it out. That looks about right. Make it nice and center and release. And now when you move up, actually this isn't the best view to show you, you'll see it growed as well, but let me just do that again from a different angle. Okay, so now this isn't exactly how we wanted it, so we're going to just go over here to the height, and on the height we're just going to go and reduce it until it's under the ass, basically. There we go, that's underneath the ass. And we're going to make another box. We'll make another box over here. We'll just draw it in, just to be the back of the chair. As you can see, this isn't going to be the prettiest chair ever. And we're just going to release it, and we're going to have a look quickly now at the front, just to see how that box has come out. Okay, that box doesn't look really great, so we're just going to, where it is, so we're just going to move it. So we're going to grab the move tool, and we're going to grab this little handle, and we're going to try and move it into the middle of the other box. If you can see over here, there's that line for the wireframe of this other box over here. We want this box up over here in the middle, so that looks pretty much middle. Okay, so we've got a basic mesh underneath the avatar. So what we're going to do, it's going to select both, well actually we're just going to grab the one, let's grab the base one actually, and we're going to right click it. I'm going to go to convert to editable poly. Okay, and now in here, if we grab this little scroll box over here and pull it down, we're going to see attach. So we're going to go and hit attach, and we're going to click on this box over here, and then we just go and undo the attach there. So now these two are attached as one single mesh. So if we move it, we'll move together. Okay, so Control Z that. So now we've got a mesh that's moving as one single part and as one single poly. So let's go and go back into the create mode here, and on the keyboard press F. Okay, so you see where it says wireframe, go to realistic. Okay, so you just right click where it said wireframe, and now we're in the realistic view. As you can see, this has no real texture on it, it's just a blank little object. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to select our object again, and now we're going to go into the material editor, which is this thing over here, and once we get the material editor open, go into compact material editor, and you'll see this material that IMVU has left in here. And now with this still selected, this mesh, we're just going to go and select assign material to selection, and you'll see that the material has been assigned now to this mesh over here. But it's been assigned a little bit wonky, don't worry about it. We're not actually doing a materials tutorial just yet, so that's why it doesn't really matter. Now pretty much this is ready for exporting. Don't worry about these invisible parts over here. That will be corrected now when we import it into IMVU. I'm just going to close off the material editor for now. Now this man, we don't need him. Let's just get rid of him for now. Select him and delete. Now this node over here, is called the handle node. Now that's going to be the little dot that appears when you're in IMVU. Let's just go into my room, and basically you see these dots that appear when you're busy, when you're about to go and move somewhere. That's basically the handle node. That's where this is going to be where that dot will be displayed in relations to your furniture or your pose. Okay, now this is basically the root of the pose that you, or seating or standing position that you're going to be that you want to assign. Now if you move that around or this around, you're going to break the pose basically. So these are basically the catchers and well, I can't remember, the pitcher and catcher nodes. And the pitcher is the person that would initiate like an action like a hug or a kiss or something like that, and basically this would be sorry, that's the pitcher and that's the catcher. And the catcher is the person that will be receiving that action. So basically, if you hug or you give a high five or a kiss or something, these two nodes are going to be the position of where these people are going to, the avatars are going to be standing. And if you move these, they will basically be hugging air or high-fiving air or something like that. So you don't want to break this. You just want to leave it as it is. And this, of course, is the furniture root node, the main node. As I showed you earlier, when you move that, everything else moves. This is the heart of the actual the root of the furniture product. So now we're just going to select this box again, and I'm going to show you how we're going to weight this to the furniture root node. So we're going to go and select this. We're going to convert this to an editable poly. And we're just going to go and select a modifier. And we're going to go and select skin. Now the very first thing that we're going to need to do is we want to add in a bone, and we want to add in the root node as the bone. So here it is. We're just going to go add bone and select the root and select. Okay, then we go up here and we're going to go edit envelopes, and you're going to go select vertices. You're going to uncheck these. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to go and hold down, click outside of the mesh, hold down and draw a rectangle around it, and these squares will become active, these little vertices around it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to scroll down over here until we get to weighting properties. You're going to unselect the normalize, and you're going to select rigid, and this is very important. And now the rigid weight of the mesh for furniture product needs to be 1. Okay, so when you enter that, you see the whole mesh turns red, which means it's now weighted. And now what's basically what we've done here, just so that I can explain to you, is we have now attached this mesh to this root node. So wherever this root node goes, if we come out of here now, wherever this root node goes, the mesh will go. Sorry, I'm not selected the root node, let me just select it. So now wherever this goes, the mesh will go too. So let's Control Z that, so it goes back into its original position. So now this is attached to this and it's ready for exporting. It's that easy, folks. Okay, so now that we've still got this root node selected, let's go to this max icon over here, and we're going to go to export, and we're going to select export up here, and in this drop down menu we're going to go to skeleton file, cal3d skeleton file, XSF. Okay, and let's just go and make an easy to find location. So let's just go to your desktop, create a new folder there, and call this IMVU project. And we're going to call this Skel, SKEL. Okay, so now we need to make sure all of this is selected, and we just go finish. Okay, that's all that you need to do to get your skeleton exported. Now we're going to go and select this mesh, the box itself, the box 01, and we're going to go over here to the max icon again, go to export, and we don't want to export a skeleton file, we want to export a mesh file, which is cal3d mesh, that's XMF, and we're just going to call this mesh. We're going to make sure that that skeleton file that we just exported is selected over here. I'm going to go next. I'm going to go next. And we're just going to keep all the defaults over there. Okay, so that's all that's required for exporting your mesh. So now that's ready to go into IMVU. So let's go minimize this. Now, because if you're following this video tutorial as the playlist, you probably don't know anything about texturing yet. So we're not going to go and get a complicated product. I'm going to go direct you to a product that I've made here. I'm going to include the link to this. Now you can open it in one of two ways. You can either go to the link, or you can just use this code over here and type it in. So if you've gone to the link, all you need to do is go to derive from product, and that's going to open it up. Or you can let's just close that. Or you can go to open derive new product, and then you just type in the code over here, and the code that it was 327 397 58. Okay, and that will bring you to this derivable product. And now the reason that I'm saying that this is easier to use than the default IMVU one is I've removed all the additional texture configurations so that they don't confuse you, because you're not at that point just yet. We haven't started to going into texturing or material mapping or anything like that. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to config, and we're going to import the skeleton that you just created. So we're just going to go into skeleton variables and add XSF, and we're going to go to the desktop, go into IMVU project, and take that skeleton file. We'll apply the changes, and now let's go into mesh, and we're going to add in the mesh that you just created, And now these textures that I put in should automatically be assigned to that mesh that you just created. So now, if we click Apply Changes, you'll see that object that we created in Max. It doesn't look like the best chair. It's just for demonstration purposes. And you'll see now that handle node that we were talking about over there is putting a dot over there in the middle, nice and neatly. So click on it, you'll sit on it. Okay. Now let's go and let's break this product so you can see how these things work. Okay, so we've got this already exported and everything, so let's break this. Okay, let's move this out the way, out of alignment. I want the side there. Let's take this one, move it out of alignment as well, and that will really bugger up that pose that we had. And we'll take this last one and we'll also mess it up a bit. Let's move it up over here. So now what's going to happen is we're going to have a broken seating node which is going to be up in the air. The catcher and the pitcher will not be aligned, so when people try and do actions on each other, they'll be either hugging air or high-fiving air or kissing air or whatever. Okay, so let's go and take that root node again. We're going to export this as a skeleton file. And we need to select the file. Yes. Okay. So let's go back into the editor. And we're going to go and import this broken skeleton file now. We're going to apply the changes. So now first of all, when you sit on it, you're up in the air, because we moved the seating node up into the air. And now let's go and get an actor in here so that we can demonstrate the broken pose. And we're just going to go high five. And you'll see it's broken. That's because we moved the catcher and pitcher out of alignment. Okay, so that's all of this for now. Oh, we seem to have a little bit of an audio glitch there, but that's it for now, and in the next video tutorial we'll be covering how to assign textures and map textures and materials onto the mesh that we've just built and get them aligned correctly and rotated to the right angle so that they, like over here where it's on its side, it's going to be up in the right way round, and then also like we'd want to have maybe some wood on the side and on the sides and some material on the front and on the top over here. So we'll do all that and assign nice textures to this in the next video tutorial. Thanks for watching.